Today we are installing splash guards in the C8, so front, rear on both sides. I'll show you guys the product that I got, and then of course comparison of stock versus aftermarket and how much difference does it really make. So yeah, let's jump into it. So this is the aftermarket splash guard. This is from Extreme Online Store, EOS. You can see it's painted carbon flash, so it'll match the other trim on the car. But the biggest thing is this piece that sticks out. This is what you'll see on the outside. You can tell it's about 1.5 inches out further. So the OEM piece, it doesn't offer really any protection. GM offers one, but it's a lot smaller than this. I wanted this because it'll kind of blend in with the paint too, not just a plastic piece. So yeah, you can see there are clips. There's no tape needed. You just pop off the stock ones and then pop these in, and there's a bolt on the bottom. So I'll show you guys how to take off the stock piece. All you really need is a 7mm and then one of these trim removal pieces. Looking at the fronts, this is the front tire right here. You can see the 7mm is right here. So you just have to get under there and take that out. Next, take your pry tool. You can see I put some painter's tape between the paint and the splash guard just to protect the paint, from this kind of rubbing against it. But put some painter's tape there, and you can, as you kind of start prying it open, you'll see the clips in there. So you want to put this between the clip and the piece attached to the fender and just kind of pry the clip out. So just got to kind of work at it, but I recommend putting some painter's tape here just to protect the paint on your car. All right, I got the first one off here. You can see it looks exactly like the aftermarket one without the added protection there. So you have to really pry these off. I found that this type of tool doesn't really work that well, but when I switch to this, I can actually angle this onto the guard itself and pull the guard out using this. This wasn't really, it was just kind of pushing along the edges here. You can see there's kind of a gap. So yeah, that worked really well. You have to kind of pry it hard. I'll show you guys an example video, but this is what worked for me. All right, moving on to the rear, go underneath, take the 7mm bolt off, and then you can start to take the guard off. All right, rears are done. Same as the front, 4 clips, basically same exact spots right here. Be more careful with the rears. These feel like plastic. These actually came out a lot easier than the front. That's what I noticed, but I'll show you guys an example of when I'm prying it in the when I do the other side. So when you're putting the rear back on, the only thing you have to worry about is make sure this tab goes back into here. You'll see that on both sides. And then Other than that, there's only an extra clip. So on the back aftermarket, there's 5 clips. You'll see there is a tab down here, and that's what you press it into. All right, what I did was start from the bottom, push the bottom clips in, and then work your way up. Then once you're done with that, make sure you take the bolt and put this back on the bottom. For the fronts, same amount of clips, there's 4, but you have to make sure you put these 2 tabs in. I'll show you where. But same amount of clips, you just pop them up starting from the bottom and work your way up. So in the front, you can see the first tab goes in here on the top. The bottom one, you can see in here, goes right into there. So make sure you put the tabs in and then press it, work your way up into the clips.